Sonic Adventure Randomizer gets cooler all the time.
Oh, are we going to media res here?
Yeah, I think we're just going for it.
Okay. Welcome back to
And
another episode of the Bogwater Boys. It is March 2019. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since we've recorded anything.
yeah,
But we
well,
really,
there was that.
Demon Souls was just so bad that we had to take a break.
And that's, yeah, it was challenging, but we just decided to move on to something that we felt more comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
and what we're really excited about. Well, the rest of 2019 into 2020, hell, 2020. I mean, we're really just there's a lot to look forward
There's so
to.
much to look for. I mean, the PlayStation 5 hasn't even come out yet. I don't even think we know what it looks like, but I'm just so excited for that.
What do you think the PlayStation 5 is going to look like?
I can tell you what it won't look like.
Yeah.
It will not look like a weird dehumidifier. Guaranteed.
Well, no, that would be ridiculous. It's supposed to look like an adult video game console for adults.
Exactly. And it would also be, while we're talking about things that won't happen, what if they remade that bad game Demon Souls for it? Ugh, come on.
Well, they're not gonna do that, man.
That would be stupid.
They're gonna make Dark Souls 4, I'm sure. They're gonna remake Demon Souls.
That's ridiculous. Anyways, this is a joke. It's February 20th, 2022.
Oh boy, he's lighting me up. I can't even get him over there.
We are not in the same room, which hurts.
It does hurt. It
But
hurts me every day.
At least, if you were confused as to why Jake sounds the way he does, then that might explain it.
Yeah, well, I've got that digital, I've got a low pass filter on my.
Jake's a robot now.
Boy, he is not easy to fight as Tails because you can't get him with Gamma's.
Oh, is this
God.
a Gamma fight normally? It's been so long
Yeah,
since I played.
this is the very end of E102 Gamma's story. I still got him, obviously,
Right.
but he'll go out of bounds in a way you could normally shoot him.
Right. I'm watching Jake stream on Twitch because we could not get streaming through Discord to work, so I don't know how the latency will be, but I'm sure it's fine. So.
Oh well, this is actually pretty. This is oddly enough. This is the E102 Gamma mission. Sonic Big and Gamma. We're playing the Sonic Adventure DX randomizer with a ton of other mods on top. Most of the mods I have on top of it are.
You got the Dreamcast mod, yeah?
I have the mod to restore all of the Dreamcast level and character textures.
Yes,
and
I should have said something earlier because I noticed your Sonic looked Dreamcasty.
I thought about letting the GameCube character models. Sorry, I burped. Stick for this one.
Yeah.
But I just kind of left it alone. So it basically looks as good as the Dreamcast version of this game could have possibly ever looked.
Mm-hmm.
It runs super, super smooth. It's very, very crisp.
Yeah.
You really get, you get a good look at these textures that, like, obviously, oh, I got bumped by the rhino. I got him. Like, so many of these textures were, like, definitely, like, pulled off of photographs and stretched out in weird ways.
Mm-hmm.
Which they toured the world. I got to get some of these monkeys.
Speaking of textures, did you see the RE4 HD mod thing just came out?
No, I last I saw of RE4 was the VR.
Have you seen that project where it's like these dudes going around and like redoing all the textures for Resident Evil 4? Have you heard anything about that?
No, so they're actually remaking the textures by just trying to get stuff as close as they can.
Well, so I'll link you to a video later, but basically it's these two dudes who are doing like a texture, like an HD texture pack for the GameCube or the Wii version at one point, but then the Steam version came out and they switched to that, and they are recreating some textures by hand, just trying to get them as close as possible, but other textures. One of the guys working on the game lives in Spain, so he's just actually able to get those like photographs of a lot of those like
types of zones.
Yes, or sometimes like he gets the exact like places that Capcom took photos of.
How do they figure that out?
Dude, it's crazy. I'll like I said, I'll link you to the video because it's really interesting. But yeah, that's finally out now, and it looks very good.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I mean, they've re-released RE4 in so many different ways, and you know, the limiting factor of the graphics ultimately is just how much there is to work with texture-wise.
Sure.
So that them going and actually rebuilding the textures like that is bonkers.
It's very cool.
No problem. I got it.
In that video that I'm talking about, the guy also mentions some of the other like Resident Evil HD versions that exist, and he talks about the Resident Evil Origins collection on the PS4, PC, and Xbox, which is just the remake of the first game in Zero. And he points out that like the first game, like they sped up some of the music in certain sections, and like they like turned up the contrast way too high, and like the backgrounds don't look great. And I was like, man, I wish you wouldn't have said that because I never would have noticed. But now it's like all I'm gonna think about if I ever play that version. But
yeah, that stuff will like it'll just dig into your brain and will never be right again. There we go. That is interesting. Like, unfortunately, we see a lot with remasters, and it's different now. Because, like, we were talking about the BioShock remaster the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Visually, still pretty similar, but when you're talking about older 3D games like that, those types of changes, those smaller mistakes are way easier to see. I think. Holy shit! I just tumbled all the way down.
Yeah, I just saw that. The BioShock remaster, by the way, I know we were talking about it the other day, and you said that it was fine. The thing that I had heard about it was that the audio was a little weird, but that was mainly it. And so that's why I opted to go for the original on PC.
I have not. I've only played, and it's been years. It's been since it came out. It came out, and I bought it physically on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
That I. Oh, there we go. Right through. That I did. I'm sure you've seen this, but the way these snowboard levels work is comical. I did the remaster of the original on PS4.
Really
and didn't
like that.
You just scream. There's no speed cap.
Jesus.
You can fly right off the edge so easy. There we go. There we go. And I'm gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. It didn't quite land in the car that time. There we go.
That gave me like flashbacks to Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Trying to do I'm a fake gamer. Crazy Gadget? Whatever that last Sonic level is.
Final Rush is the
Final
last
Rush.
one. Crazy Gadget's the penultimate one. But it's amazing. It almost does feel like they should have programmed some sort of speed cap in, but it's kind of fun to just really crank it up and let it go.
Anyways, what were you saying about the BioShock remaster?
I played the original on PS4, and I thought it ran fine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play 2 or Infinite remastered. What's amazing is
Infinite a part of the remastered collection thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
it is.
I didn't even
What's
know.
amazing? Yeah, it's on there.
Did that come out on PC?
I'm not sure.
Infinite might have been new enough on PC where they were like, "No, forget it."
There we go. I
really like this little village here.
I know who lives here. It's on Angel Island. Is Knuckles checking in on these people? They have hot air balloons.
I love
They
the hot
must
air
have.
balloons.
They've got some sort of society
It's
there.
very cool.
You never see Sonic in Hot Shelter, but yeah, you can. You can straight up swap with Amy if you want to.
Oh, that's cool.
What's interesting, if you'll listen to these voice clips, they just do the Sonic Heroes voice clips for the swaps.
Oh, that's funny.
That's kind of cute. It's, I think, the same voice actor, at least for Sonic and Amy. But let's see. So this is 100 rings. Is this... Whose Hot Shelter is this? Judging from where we've started, that's blown out somewhere in Big's version of Hot Shelter. Because if we were in Amy's, Big Zero would blow out of that fish tank there. So all we got to do is get 100 rings in the short space we had to work in. But yeah, BioShock. I thought the remaster ran pretty well. Mm-hmm. I played the original through on Xbox 360 multiple times, and I had more trouble with it because of its... Oh, goodness. It thinks we're underwater. I guess, are we? I don't think we are. This is interesting. There's not water effects, but there's bubbles, and we're not physically, as far as the way we're moving around, we're not underwater, but I don't know if we can even drown. I think it's just putting bubbles off. That's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
The randomizer's funky. But the Xbox 360 version, after by the time you hit Hephaestus, laid into it, would start to drop frames bad. And you had to hold down both the bumpers when the game booted to clear the cache or whatever its deal was.
Oh, okay.
It was odd for an Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
It would have made sense to me, and now the water's dumping in there to, make the bubbles make sense. But in an Xbox 360 game, I thought, well, this is why I bought the 360, so that this doesn't happen.
Right.
Oh, we're close now. We'll just bop over in here real fast. Hot Shelter is a very interesting level, and it is the only action stage in all of Sonic Adventure that Sonic does not go to normally.
It's interesting.
It has really interesting texture work going on that it shares stylistically with Final Egg and whatnot. Oh, are you hearing some of what's going on musically and whatnot?
Oh no!
But
we freaking saw Amy's skirt for a second, and I was like,
"Yeah,
what the heck?"
It's messed up. Oh boy, this was interesting. This is the end of Tails' campaign. I was trying to do the maximum heat knuckles attack, but I'm just gonna...
play it safe.
This is not so bad. I had to do this big once, and I hated it.
That sounds terrible.
I made it work.
But yeah, I just decided, since I have both versions of BioShock, I'll just play the original. And the original is a little weird on modern PC. The only thing that's really messed up with it is that the sound did not work for me at all.
Really?
Yeah.
No audio whatsoever?
Well, once the game started. In the menu there was, but then when the game started there was no audio. And
no zap 'em and no whack 'em?
No, nothing.
I hate it.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. The opening cutscene where he's in the airplane, there was sound, but as soon as it crashes, no sound.
Well, I think that's because that opening cutscene is like some form of a pre-rendered.
Yes, it's pre-rendered, but that was an easy fix. And then the only other thing I changed is that and maybe this is subjective, but the mouse just feels weird in BioShock. I don't know if it's like smoothing or what, but I turned off mouse smoothing and that seemed to help. So, but
I've never ever played it without a controller.
I've never played it with one. Just kidding. I'm sure I played it at your house before.
You had to have.
But I've
never
this is personally played it with one. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. We have a 1 second delay between us for anyone that's wondering why we're not like as tight as usual. This is Sonic's version of Windy Valley that I'm playing as Amy. But I just realized I can swap to Sonic since they gave him to me as a partner,
That's nice.
and I should be fine.
It's just a regular old
Yeah,
level now.
just be able to play it right, normal ass style. I did. I have another mod for this. I used it a little bit accidentally right at the end of Ice Cap there.
Mm-hmm.
I have basically. It's not moon jump. It's just you can turn. You can reverse gravity
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of back and forth float yourself across levels.
Okay.
If And the only reason I have that on is because although this randomizer is built and constantly updated in such a way where you're supposed to be able to beat any level as any character because they'll change things however they need to,
Mm-hmm.
occasionally I'll encounter something that just feels like it doesn't work quite right.
Right.
And I like to have it as just, if I really want to get out of, if I'm really tired of being Big the Cat.
Sure.
But this, I mean, it's kind of cute that the bird is following me like I'm aiming.
That is cute. That bird
But yeah,
can really get cooking.
Yeah, that's a fast bird. What do you think the fastest bird is? A hawk? A falcon?
That's a great question.
Could be an eagle.
Small birds are pretty fast, but maybe I
They
guess
are.
like
Hawks are like the smallest, like predatory, like mouse-getting bird, aren't they?
Maybe. How fast is a hummingbird? That feels like a fast bird.
They are a fast bird. They certainly are very fast in terms of how fast they move their wings.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the hummingbird. It'd be hard to grab a hold of one of those little guys.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in if they were racing, it'd probably be a bigger bird would probably win the race.
Right. I guess. Oh, look at them just crash back and forth. I guess when I think in terms of like a really. I guess I think in terms of a dive, right? But that would just. I guess it would just make sense that the heaviest bird is the fastest one if you're talking dives.
Sure. What's the heaviest bird you can imagine?
That's an excellent question. Storm, the cat from. Can Sonic grab this? No, I gotta switch back to Amy.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Right, the less. He doesn't have an animation for it, yeah.
He would be a heavy bird, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looks heavy. No offense. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
He's a big the cat sized bird.
Yes. I think that's fair to say.